Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Mind Your Business with the TikTok Bayless and Kenny Charles. I am Bryce, aka the TikTok Bayless, and I am joined alongside by.
Hi, I'm Kenny Charles, and today we have a special segment for you. We're going to do our week one picks. We have a little trivia like usual with the TikTok Bayless, but first we have some NFL news. Do you want to share some of the news with us today, Bryce?
So, on Monday, Trent Williams finally agreed to end his holdout, and he signed a 3-year, $82.66 million contract. And he said what motivated him to get this contract done was the Ricky Pearsall thing, because he said our team needs to stay together. So he said we need to get this done and fast. And it happened pretty much around the very same time as the Brandon Ayuk contract. And Brandon Ayuk came out today and said, I was probably a little too difficult in doing my contract there at the end. But I love this move. He is unquestionably the best tackle in the NFL right now. So they locked down an already stacked roster for at least the next 3 years.
Yeah, I love the deal too. He's getting a little older, but that doesn't matter. He clearly is, like you said, the best. They should be Super Bowl contenders again. It's a very, very smart deal by the 49ers. I think there was one other contract that got signed as well, correct?
This one happened, I think, at like 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock this morning, depending on where you live. And that is Pat Surtain II signed a record-breaking 4-year, $96 million contract to stay with the Denver Broncos on the same day the Denver Broncos made Bo Nix a captain as a rookie. I love this move. Also, Patrick Surtain is one of the best corners in the entire league. You're not going to really have success if you try to throw on him, as teams have, as it's shown in the past, and that's why Pat Surtain got this massive contract. This, again, gives the Broncos a key defensive player to build around while having Bo Nix on the other side.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully the Denver Broncos can continue to kind of improve their roster, get a little better. I don't have a lot of expectation with them this coming year, but I don't think a lot of people do. But having a stud like that is a massive, massive difference. That's something that they obviously had to have done. I believe that is the biggest NFL news until probably after the game tomorrow. Tomorrow. So we will get into a little bit of trivia, and me and Bryce are going to be making picks every week, and we will continue to show everybody my record versus his record. I'm going to be like 100%. He'll be around 20. We will see how that
is. I think I'm going to be around like 65, 75%.
Yeah, I think I'll probably be around like 15. But,
I'm going to go more realistic. I'm going to say the 65, 75%, because if somebody can go 244-0, that's incredible.
You should have went to Vegas. That's what that means. You should have
went to Vegas if you can go 100% week to week NFL picks.
Yes. So we got NFL trivia with the TikTok Bayless. Bryce, since 2000, the top 10 teams in total wins. The first one is a give me. But the rest are fairly easy.
The number one, unquestionably, the team with 6 Super Bowls in the 2000s, the New England Patriots.
That is correct. You got number one.
They have, 3-4 losing seasons since 2020, and 2 of them have come in the last 2 years, and then one was in 2001 or something. Yeah, no, it's the Patriots, unquestionably at number one. Are the Steelers number 2?
They are number 2 by 5 games.
Yeah. Because they have 3 Super Bowls in this era. No, 2 Super Bowls since 2000. The Colts have got to be up here because of the Andrew Luck and Peyton days.
Number 5 are the Colts. A solid 36 games behind the Patriots. Yeah. But yeah, they are number 5.
The Packers are top 5.
Number 3 with 240 wins. Yeah. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers made it pretty easy.
Now Jordan Love.
Jordan Love looked great last time.
Are the Denver Broncos on here?
They are number 11. They are the first team out.
Okay. I figured with their 2000s, and they weren't, or their 2010s, and they weren't really that bad in the 2000s. But the Chicago Bears Would they be
Chicago
on here?
did not make the list. I don't even know where the Chicago is on here. I would have to go all the way down to number 20. You're missing the Steelers and Patriots and Colts, other rival during the 2000s. The only other team that kind of was hard to deal with year in and year out.
The New Orleans Saints.
Okay, the New Orleans Saints are number 7. That's not who I was thinking about, but that was a good poll.
Oh, the Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens are number 4.
Duh.
Yes.
So I got 1 through 5, right?
Yeah, we only have 6, 8, 9, and 10 left because the Saints were number 7. The number 9
Chargers.
The Chargers did not make it. I think their bad few seasons must have knocked them down here. We have a team that continually gets hyped as a Super Bowl contender every year.
Oh, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, they're
Dallas Cowboys.
We have another team who everybody wants to stop seeing win, and they just keep on winning.
Is it the Kansas City Chiefs?
They are number 9. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes has massively improved their odds to 9th place. Before that, obviously.
No, they were pretty good with Alex Smith. They were constantly 11, 12-win teams.
There was only a couple of seasons, and yeah, they were decent. They had a lot of rough seasons there in the middle, though, but I guess some of these teams have.
Late 2000s.
Yeah. At number 6, you have I believe, multiple Super Bowl appearances. I think they might have only won one.
Hold on, are the Carolina Panthers on this?
No, the Panthers, absolutely not. The Panthers
have 2 Super Bowl appearances since 2000.
They're number 24. They have 176 wins.
Okay.
We're thinking of
bad.
I believe you were close to this team a few weeks ago for a wedding. Semi-close.
Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, they are number 6. Fuck Nick Foles.
Hold on. We're going on that trend. The New York Giants, are they on here?
Unfortunately not. That would have been hilarious. Where are the Giants are 19th. The last team, I'm actually very surprised. They did have a potential Hall of Fame quarterback who has moved teams now twice in the last 2 years. Besides that, the
Seattle Seahawks?
The Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. They are number 8. Yeah. I guess a few good seasons. I mean, I was surprised.
They went to the Super Bowl in 2005, I think, against the Steelers. So they were pretty good with Matt Hasselbeck.
I think they were the last team in that year, maybe. I could be wrong. I don't think they were very good, but I could be wrong. A couple of teams that I was very surprised, the Chargers, like you said, and I thought the Vikings were a little higher. I feel like I seem to think that they're continually have good seasons, but then they also have terrible seasons, so it kind of held them back.
And I knew, no surprise, I knew the Browns weren't going to be on there. They're probably 32. The Lions are probably 31. The Jags are probably 30. Those are probably the bottom 3 teams right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You have the Jets down there. The Buccaneers are actually down there. Bengals are fairly far down.
Surprised.
So
the Bengals are surprising considering their Carson Palmer years and their Andy Dalton years were pretty good, and then obviously with Joe Burrow,
they needed that big pick to get Joe Burrow. They needed that big pick. They had terrible seasons. So a fun little game here. Bryce did very, very well. His only bad pick was the Panthers there, and I kind of misled him because of the Super Bowl thing, and he was being a homer. But we will get to our NFL picks. Let's. I think I'll let Bryce kind of go first, and we will see how this goes. We'll start with let's go up here to Baltimore, Kansas City tomorrow night. Big game.
I think Baltimore is going to win tomorrow. Baltimore in the regular season can't seem to lose to Kansas City. Kansas City doesn't have Hollywood Brown. Who knows what's going on with Rashee Rice? Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's away from the team right now. And we see situations where a lot of times Super Bowl winning teams kind of get lazy early in the season. So,
yeah, I want to agree with you because I want Kansas City to stop losing. I'm done thinking Patrick Mahomes is going to lose. I give up. I give in. I want somebody to do it, but until it happens, I give up. That's just how I feel. But we will now move to Bryce, Baltimore, Kenny, Kansas City. Tomorrow night, a Friday game, just unusual, kind of weird to think about. We have Green Bay at Philadelphia. It'll be on Peacock, which is kind of a unique thing. But who do you have in that game? Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts. Pretty big game.
I'm just gonna say this right now. The NFL in their scheduling was dumb because I don't know if you heard this, but both of the teams are not allowed to wear green at their stadium because of gang affiliation, and the stadium's rival is the soccer team's rival there wears green, so it's banned from the stadium. So they're going to have two of the green teams play in that stadium.
Yeah.
That is what? Like, the NFL couldn't have done better booking or better scheduling there. But anyways, I think the Eagles are going to start off 1-0 on the season. So
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Until Jordan Love proves it past 7 to 9 games, I'm going to go with some of the games that look like toss-ups. I'm going to go with the other team until he proves me wrong. If he proves me wrong, that's great. But yes, I think Philadelphia is going to kind of walk away with the game. I think they're going to come out hot. I think Saquon is going to look great. Jalen Hurts should look great. We have Devontae Smith, AJ. That offense just has so many players. So I'm pretty excited to actually watch. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. And it's a Friday night, so am I doing something? I don't know. But I'll probably, hopefully, be watching football.
because I will be the concert.
Okay. Well, good for you. That is actually really cool. We have, I think, what would be my lock of the week: Arizona versus Buffalo. I'll just quickly say I think Buffalo is going to destroy Arizona. I don't even think Buffalo is a great team this year, but I have no confidence in the Cardinals. I will let you make your selection here.
I think Arizona might as well not even show up.
Okay. I thought you were going to go a little sideways here.
No. They might score 50 points on the Cardinals to start the season. They might drop 50 on the Bills to start this season.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to say MVS is going to have like 6-7 touchdowns.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
And like 4 drops. So that's who he is.
So. You have your Carolina Panthers going to a division rival, the New Orleans Saints. If you are in New Orleans, this is like the cheapest date you're going to find here at the Caesars Superdome. $28 a ticket. Absolutely crazy for an NFL game. Bryce, who do you have winning the Bryce Young versus Derek Carr shootout, the must-see TV, the one that should be Sunday Night Football?
If you are a Saints fan and you're getting this cheap date, you are paying $28 to see the Saints get their asses handed to them.
Whoa.
Derek Carr is an absolute bum. He is an absolute piece of garbage NFL quarterback. He is the new Carson Wentz, where he puts up these amazing stats that literally amount to absolutely nothing. You look at Derek Carr last year. He put up impressive stats, and guess what? They missed the playoffs. That's just what happens with Saints quarterbacks when they put up amazing stats. They usually tend to miss the playoffs. So,
I hope Carolina does well. I am still going to go with New Orleans Saints because the defense is. We know it's pretty good. Until Bryce Young can do something, I'm just not choosing that team. I believe their rookie running back is clearly not playing, right? I think he's on the PUP.
He's not. I think he's the PUP list to start the season, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, they have Adam Thielen, they have Deontay Johnson, and they have Bryce Young. I'm still going to pick Olave with Derek Carr and Kamara. It's just better, in my opinion. But I hope that Carolina does fairly well. I hope they can start trending in the right direction because I have a few Bryce Young fantasy picks that I just need something out of. Hopefully he has a few good games and I can just get rid of them, honestly. But that is what it is.
Don't forget the greatest rookie tight end of this draft, in Ja'Tavion Sanders. Don't forget that.
Yeah. No. No. I'm not even gonna humor that comment here. We have the standout team last year, the Houston Texans, going to division rival Indianapolis. I know you're an Indianapolis fan. Do you think there's a shot they upset Stroud, Diggs, Nico, Tank, Joe Mixon, and that very, very good Houston offense with kind of a decently stacked defense now after free agency?
When's the last time the Texans have started off the season with a win against the Colts? If they win against the Colts, it's usually late in the year. I'm going to say the Colts are going to put up 40 on this Texans team week 1 and get the win.
That's bold. That is very bold. I'm not doing that. I'm taking the Houston Texans. I'm taking potential MVP CJ Stroud. And I think
Against
Anthony
the actual
Richardson, I
MVP?
think we both agree, he did look very good for 2 of his 3.5 games that he played. Until we actually see him back on the field and doing very well, I'm just not gonna go for it. And Indianapolis, I think that offense, I'm kind of questioning how good it's going to be. A lot of people have the rookie wide receiver outperforming Michael Pittman, which I think is crazy. But
No,
if
absolutely.
if you think that's going to happen, that means you probably don't have very high hopes for your star number 1 wide receiver that you paid. So I'm going to go with the Texans. We have a couple of Florida teams here. We have Trevor Lawrence, the one that was supposed to be, Tua, the one that was supposed to be. They both got paid, but are either the guy that you really want leading your team. That is something that we'll find out. But this game, I think, should be a pretty clear favorite. We'll let you see if you agree.
Tua's going to get smacked in the mouth week 1.
Oh boy, I'm gonna
Tua's
destroy
going to
your
get smacked in the
mistakes.
mouth week 1. And Jacksonville will start the season 1-0. Tua, he can't beat teams with winning records. He's never been able to. And Jacksonville, even though they missed the playoffs last year, they still had a winning record. He's not going to be able to beat a team with a winning record. I think he literally has 1 win in his entire career against a team that has a winning record. And I don't see it changing now.
I'm going to go with Miami. I think that offense is going to come out on fire. I think T-Law is not the man that was promised. He is not the prince, as some call him. He's more of the court jester as of now.
You're right. That's Anthony Richardson, the prince.
Yeah. We will see. Yeah. The Dolphins, that offense, I mean, it's the most exciting offense in the league. I'm not going to bet against it against a team that just hasn't lived up to the hype yet. Now we go to New York, technically New Jersey at MetLife Stadium here. Again, 2 teams that probably aren't super interesting to watch this season. If either of them do very well, I think it would be a massive surprise. We have the Minnesota Vikings, led by Sam Darnold, without Jordan Addison, against the New York Giants with Daniel Jones and nothing else. So who do you have winning this game?
The Minnesota Vikings could lose their entire offense and their entire defense, and they would still beat the New York Giants. The New York Giants might arguably be one of the worst teams. This New York Giants team might literally be one of the worst NFL teams we have ever seen. This New York Giants team is atrocious. They are terrible. I don't expect them to win a game, more than 1 game this year. They may not even win a game this year. That's how bad they're going to be.
Okay. I would agree. I think for both these teams, they're going to be lucky to win more than 2 or 3 games each. I think I would not want anything to do with Sam Darnold as my quarterback. I don't want anything to do with Daniel Jones as my quarterback. The defense for the Giants is fairly decent on paper. We'll see if that comes to fruition. The defense for the Minnesota Vikings on paper is decent, but also most of the players just haven't played together yet. I'm not excited about this game. I'm going to go the Minnesota Vikings as well. A lot of people are going to get hope from it. They're going to think Sam Darnold is a savior.
Sam Darnold's going to have a career year this year. He's going to have
that wouldn't be much for Sam Darnold. That would not be much. It would you need 3,500 yards,
30 touchdowns for Sam Darnold. 30 touchdowns.
And less than 25 interceptions, and it's his best season.
30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions this year.
Okay, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely hot garbage is what that is. Nobody pay attention to Bryce now. Just stop listening to him for the rest of the segment. He has Sam Darnold being in the MVP conversation at this point. We have the New England Patriots and the Joe Burrow-led Cincinnati Bengals. He does appear healthy. Will Jamar Chase play? That's a question mark. Supposedly he's not going to, but then again, he was at practice as you said earlier. So, who do you have winning this game in Cincinnati?
I have Cincinnati winning because it doesn't matter. I still think Cincinnati is a better team, even without Jamar Chase if he doesn't play, because I still have T. Higgins is a better receiver than any of the receivers the Patriots have. That offense is going to be explosive still. It's just not going to be at the level it is with Jamar Chase because I like Zach Moss. I think he's underrated. Chase Brown is really good. Joe Burrow can make plays happen for himself.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Burrow is that good to lead the Bengals. What the hell happened? The Bengals to a win without Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Any logical explanation here is going to have the Bengals winning. I don't know why. I'm going to choose the New England Patriots. I think Gerard Mayo is going to have this team ready to go. I think it's going to be, they're just going to come out trying to prove that they are better than they are on paper and that they're better without Bill Belichick than they were with him. I have the New England Patriots squeaking by at Cincinnati. I have Cincinnati missing the playoffs, honestly. So
you may be right because we've seen the last few years Cincinnati starts 0-1. I think the year they went to the Super Bowl, they started 0-2 or something, and then they made the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know why. I just don't get like these fun, fuzzy feelings when I think about Cincinnati lately. I'm just not on board with all the hype. We have another team extremely hyped.
Be there right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Another team extremely hyped here. We have the Atlanta Falcons leading in it at Mercedes-Benz Stadium against the Pittsburgh Steelers and Russell Wilson. I guess it's going to be a semi-exciting game, but people are really excited for Kirk Cousins. They think he's going to unlock Bijan, unlock Pitts, unlock London. Not for me personally. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I think that defense is just, it's too good. I think TJ Watt by himself is going to make Kirk Cousins wish he decided to retire and just wear chains around the neighborhood. Who do you have, Mr. TikTok Bayless?
Russell Wilson's going to be benched after the first quarter of this game. And then he's not going to play again. Because they're going to be so bad that they're not even going to have a chance in this game. Kirk Cousins has Kyle Pitts. He has Drake London. He has Bijan Robinson. He has Darnell Mooney. He has way too many options right now. He has even Tyler Algier. This offense will not be able to be stopped by Pittsburgh's overrated defense. This Pittsburgh team might be the worst Pittsburgh team we've seen in quite some time.
I saw a Kenny Pickett-led Pittsburgh team, so I don't know if it gets much worse than that. But I saw a Mason Rudolph-led Pittsburgh team as well. I don't know. It's some lows there, and they still managed to not have a losing record. But
it changes this year.
Yeah, I think what we're learning here is there's going to be a very, very big difference in our win-loss record after week one because we are just making complete opposite picks overall. We have the Super Bowl future champions, 17-0 Tennessee Titans. So I just gave away who I'm going to pick to win against one of my favorite teams this year, the Chicago Bears. I'm not going to be unhappy if either of these teams win. I really hope Tennessee does, but if Caleb Williams starts off hot, I would not complain. Ticket prices here, $222 starting for the rookie Caleb Williams, which is the highest starting price of any NFL game this season. Pretty crazy. People are excited for maybe the real prince, maybe the chosen one, maybe the future greatest quarterback since Tom Brady. We will see. Who do you have, Mr. TikTok Bayless? Caleb Williams or future MVP Will Levis?
I'm actually going to agree with you. I think Tennessee is going to win, not because I think Tennessee is the better team, but because I think that Caleb Williams is going to struggle out of the gate trying to gel with with Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet. He's going to have trouble really meshing with all of them. And I think there's going to be a lot of growing pains the first few weeks of the season, but I think we're going to see towards the end of the season how good Caleb Williams actually is. It just doesn't really affect their wins this year or this week, because I don't think they're going to win week 1. So
Okay, we have an agreement between me and the TikTok Bayless. That has only happened a few times so far in this segment. So
it's only
cherish that.
happened a few times in the podcast.
That is fair. That is very fair. We have Bo Nix, the captain of the Denver Broncos, against Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. This is in Seattle. Who do you have winning? I'm not excited about this game personally. I'm probably just gonna. I don't even know if I have a fantasy prospect in this game. Probably not. Maybe Kenneth Walker. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna forget this game happened. But you go, Mr. TikTok Bayless.
Seattle's going to win. I don't. Bo Nix and the Broncos are. Well, Bo Nix isn't horrible, but most of that team is pretty bad. This is not the year to be a Broncos fan if you want victories, because it's not. They're going to come. Wins are going to be at a premium for the. They're going to be at. They're not going to be at a premium because they're going to be hard to get. So.
Yeah.
The Broncos are just not. They're not going to win week 1. Seattle is the better team right now. They've shown clearly that they won the Russell Wilson trade, because Geno Smith has turned out a lot better than they expected. He won the job when he wasn't supposed to do anything, and I think Geno is going to have a pretty big week against the Broncos defense.
Yeah, I think Seattle should walk away with this game pretty easily. I have been seeing a lot of Sam Howell hype though, throughout TikTok and Facebook and the webs. It seems a little premature. He did obviously have a fairly good season last year outside of turnovers, but I don't know why you'd give up on Geno Smith. At least, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't think Sam Howell would be the future either way. But we will see what happens there in Seattle. I think now we have 2 in a row. Can we make it 3 in a row with Las Vegas versus Justin Herbert in SoFi Stadium? Mr. TikTok Bayless, are you picking Devontae Adams? Are you picking Khalil Mack? What are you doing here?
I think I'm going to pick the Chargers only because I think the quarterback wins games, and they obviously have a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the entire league. And Justin Herbert, he has a plantar fascia issue, but I don't think that's going to slow him down. I still think he's going to get his tight ends involved. I think he's going to get the receivers and the running backs involved, and I think he's going to dot up the Raiders' defense, because the Raiders don't really have a good defense outside of Max Crosby and a few other guys here and there. But I think that the Chargers are going to take home the dub and start 1-0.
I just don't think the Chargers are very good. Not that I think the Raiders are good, but I trust the Raiders to do a little bit more. I don't think Justin Herbert should be playing right now. I don't know exactly what's going on in LA, because John Harbaugh, oh my goodness, I can't talk. Very run heavy team. They picked up 2 of the most injury prone running backs in the NFL. I have no idea why. I just don't think this is going to be their season. I think he's going to tank. They're going to get a high draft pick next year. Maybe they'll be good after that. But I'm going to go Las Vegas. I'm not excited really for that game either. Outside of Devontae Adams, I don't think there's anybody that's must watch on either offense. Maybe Justin Herbert, you could argue, but he has literally no one to throw to. Probably the second worst receiving core in the NFL outside of the Patriots. Yeah, I'm not excited. What should be a very interesting game, we have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense, in Cleveland hosting the Dallas Cowboys. CD got paid. We have Ezekiel Elliott back. Dallas is very good in the regular season usually. Should be a very fun and interesting game. Who do you have winning in Cleveland Browns Stadium?
This is actually probably the toughest game to pick, because I could very realistically see either team winning. You see how high-powered Dallas's offense is, and you see how absolutely amazing Cleveland's defense is. But I think I'm going to have to give the slight edge to Dallas, only because I think they're a more complete team right now. They're healthier. Nick Chubb is on the PUP list, so he's going to miss the first 4 weeks. Deshaun Watson is coming back. He's fully healthy now. So I think we're going to see a world where Dallas wins because their offense is going to be almost impossible to stop in the regular season. So
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think a couple of points you brought there's Cleveland really hasn't been able to gel into who they are with Deshaun Watson coming back. They don't have their starting running back. I'm going to also go Dallas. I think Dallas will do what Dallas does. They'll have a fairly good season. They'll win the NFC East, and that'll be that. But yeah, week one, I think it would be fair to say they have a very good chance of defeating Cleveland there. We have another I don't know. I don't even know what to consider this game. If it's interesting, if it's not interesting.
These tickets are $47 right now.
Yeah, is that the second lowest we've seen?
It is.
Yeah, it is. So if you guys want a cheap date, head to Tampa Bay. Watch Baker Mayfield host Jane Daniels in his rookie debut.
Oh yeah.
Just because of that, I'm going to pick Tampa Bay. They're at home. They don't have the rookie quarterback. They have the better wide receivers, in my opinion. That's what I'm going to go with. What do you have, Bryce?
I think the wow factor of Jaden Daniels is enough to get the Washington Commanders this win. I think there's a reason why Jaden Daniels went number 2, and he's going to show it this week with a win, with a commanding win, pun intended,
Okay.
against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to start. This team's not going to be very good, but I think they're going to get their season off to a good start with a win.
Okay, that is fair. Tickets that I'm surprised are $66 here. We have Matthew Stafford heading back to Detroit. I think this is a massive game, actually, to start off Sunday Night Football. We have two potential sleepers. Detroit, I don't know if you'd call them a sleeper, but the Rams certainly are looking to try and make the Super Bowl push. They have great weapons. They have Matthew Stafford if he's healthy. He's great. Jared Goff obviously showed last year that he is the guy that will be leading Detroit into the future. Really tough game here to pick for me, honestly, but I will let Bryce go first here. Who do you have winning at Ford Field?
I think this game could be as exciting as their playoff game that they had last year, but I still think that the Detroit Lions are too good. The loss of Aaron Donald is going to hurt the Rams significantly. That's why I ranked them at third in the NFC West, because of the loss of Aaron Donald is going to affect them more than I think they realized. And they tried to replace Aaron Donald, but can you actually replace what Aaron Donald brought? No. Their receivers are going to be incredible. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson. They have a rookie sleeper stud in the 5th round in Jordan Whittington. Blake Corum is going to be a good complementary back as a rookie to Kyron Williams. Matt Stafford is Matt Stafford. He's going to be that good.
Yeah.
Also, they're not going to have Tyler Higbee for the first few weeks of the season, which is going to hurt them. That's why I think the Lions are just too good right now. And there's a reason why the Lions are being picked as Super Bowl contenders for a very, very good reason, because they might be one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the entire league right now.
Yeah, I want the Lions to be good. I think it's a great storyline for the NFL. I think it would be good for everybody if they were good again. I think after last season, there's going to be just air left out of the stadium. They didn't get as far as the Cinderella story ended. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen after that. Hopefully they step up. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I like Jared Goff. I like what the city was doing. Obviously, you have Eminem hosting everything there, doing it's a great environment, but I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford. I think he's still the better quarterback. I think Cooper Kupp, when healthy, is the best wide receiver. He's not going to be healthy for the whole season. I think we know that. But for week 1, he is healthy. So I'm going to pick the Rams there. And now we have what was going to be the most hyped person last year heading now into Levi Stadium. Aaron Rodgers will make, hopefully, a first completion as a New York Jet this coming Monday night. Who do you have winning, the Super Bowl runner-up or the man that has just failed to live up to his legacy of being the best quarterback of the last 10 years, Aaron Rodgers, maybe 15 years?
Leonard Floyd last year sacked Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And tore his Achilles. Leonard Floyd is in San Francisco this year, and they are playing pretty much almost 1 year to the day that Aaron Rodgers got his Achilles snapped by Leonard Floyd. That being said, I am going to go with the team that Aaron Rodgers has never been able to beat. And I'm going with the best team in the entire league right now, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. I think the 49ers are just too good. The New York Jets are going to be good, but that roster still has too many issues. Their offensive line isn't great. Their receiving core isn't that great outside of Garrett Wilson. Their running backs outside of Breece Hall might be a question mark. Their defense is elite, but I don't think that defense is even remotely as good as San Francisco's defense is. That offense is nowhere near remotely as good as San Francisco's offense is. Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback, but I feel like San Francisco is built to beat good teams. And that's what San Francisco is going to do. That's why San Francisco was in the Super Bowl last year. That's why they were in the NFC Championship the 2 previous years before that. That's why they went to the Super Bowl the year before that, because they are built for deep playoff runs. They are built to beat good teams. And that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with anything you said. I am extremely hoping, though, for an Aaron Rodgers resurrection
I
for
think he's going to.
Burn the earth type of season, because he is so disrespected now around everywhere. Whether it's because of what he says off the field, maybe it's because people said he hasn't been good now for 3 seasons. I just cannot believe Aaron Rodgers is kind of like forgotten about already. But Brock Purdy is pretty good. I think he will be good enough to beat that team. You have Ayuk, you have Debo, you have CMC, you have Kittle, and Juwan Jennings. Plenty of options. It is going to be a pretty great season to be a Niners fan, I believe. But I would say, hopefully, the Jets do make a great playoff run. They kind of take the Bills out, they take the Dolphins out. The Patriots aren't going to be there, unfortunately. But it would be great for the NFL, I think, for Aaron Rodgers to be in the playoffs again. But I think that is our picks now. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we close out this show, Mr. TikTok Bayless?
It feels great to be back. I know we were gone for a little bit, but I have been insanely busy. But the busyness is going to slow down. I'm still busy, but I'm not busy enough to not do this podcast. And the podcasts are coming back weekly. Don't think they're not. They are. We're going to do weekly predictions, and they're going to come at you every single Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning. But this was great to get back in. I'm excited to see how the week 1 is going to go of the NFL season. I'm excited to see how the NFL season is going to go. This is the best season of sports because you have the NFL starting tomorrow. You have the NBA starting in a month. And then you have playoff baseball. You have playoff baseball starting in like 3 weeks. So this is the best time to be a sports fan right here. And if you're a hockey fan too, hockey starts like late September. So you got then college basketball. So yeah,
it's a great time to be alive.
Yeah,
great time to be alive.
The fall is the best sports season by far for a reason because all the sports are starting back or they're in their peak. So yeah, what are you
unless you're a NASCAR fan, which I used to be, it's going to be done. But hey, it is what it is. I appreciate everything, Bryce. Yeah, we will be back. I've had my own things going on. Bryce has been a little busy, but yeah, we have things coming at you. We are excited about this. And Bryce is going to take us out of here. But thank you again for tuning in.
Of course, if you guys liked the podcast, as always, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week. And if you don't like our sports takes, then you can just mind your business. We'll see you next week, guys. Peace.